Another big part of Good Friday, you see how I dress talking to you? You had to wear black. Not that you had to, but most people wore black or some sober color for Good Friday because black was a color of mourning. So you didn't wear anything bright. The men wore, if not black suits, it would be gray or some other sober color because you are exhibiting your oneness with the solemnity of the occasion. Yes? Because it was really a time for everybody, young and old alike, to really reflect on this tremendous sacrifice that Jesus had made for the redemption of our sins. And that is what Christianity is really based on. The fact that Jesus was born, Jesus lived amongst us, he was crucified, he died, he was buried, and then later he rose again. Yes, that is the basis of the Christian faith. In later years as an adult, I've been to other churches, certainly the church I now go to, and they celebrate Good Friday in an entirely different way. It wasn't as mournful as the Catholic Church, when I was a child, had made it out to be. Theirs was a little bit more joyous. They sang happy songs. They had reflections on what Christ's redemption of their sins meant to them, etc., and so on, and they thanked God. We did that too in the Catholic faith, but like I said, it was more reliving, meditating on the suffering that Jesus went through leading to his death. Yes? I tell you one thing though that really bothered me as a child about Good Friday. You know that you couldn't talk loud? You couldn't run about the place, and make any noise at all. You had to be so quiet. You had to speak almost in a whisper, so that even before you went to Mass and after Mass, the whole day of Good Friday was to be very, very solemn. And it seemed as if all of nature conspired as well to mourn. Because I don't recall that the birds chirped as loudly. I come from country, you see. So that's why I'm talking about birds. I don't know if I did hear no rooster crowing in the early morning. I don't know if I did hear no dog bark. I just remember that the time was very quiet, almost still, yes? And you had to even work. I remember all work, you couldn't work on Good Friday. You couldn't do, everything had to be done before. You couldn't even light fire at a certain time of day. Everything had to be done, as I said before, because the day was to be focused on meditation, on what Christ went through on our behalf, and the redemption of our sins in terms of what it meant for him to be crucified.